The world is changing. The next millennium will be defined by a new global order. The balance of power is shifting. For decades, the United States has been the dominant force on the world stage. Its economic and military might shaped global politics, but now a new power is rising: China. China's economic growth has been nothing short of remarkable. It is now the world's second largest economy. China is a technological powerhouse. It is investing heavily in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and 5G. These advancements are giving China a competitive edge on the world stage. China's military is also undergoing a rapid modernization. Its defense budget has been increasing steadily. China is developing advanced weapons systems. It is also expanding its military presence around the world. This is particularly true in the South China Sea. These developments have not gone unnoticed. The United States is facing a serious challenge to its global hegemony. The question is no longer whether China will be a major power. The question is whether the United States can adapt to a world in which it is no longer the sole superpower. The future of the world order may depend on the answer. China's rise is not just about economic and military might, it is also about strategy. China is pursuing a patient and deliberate approach to expanding its influence. It is building economic and diplomatic ties around the world. It is using its growing wealth to fund infrastructure projects in developing countries. China's Belt and Road Initiative is a prime example of this strategy. The BRI is a massive infrastructure project. It aims to connect China to Asia, Europe, and Africa through a network of roads, railways, and ports. The BRI has been criticized for saddling countries with debt. However, it has also given China significant leverage. China is also becoming more assertive in its foreign policy. It is challenging the United States in areas like trade and technology. It is also strengthening its ties with countries that the United States sees as rivals. This includes Russia, Iran, and Venezuela. China's growing influence is evident in many parts of the world. In Africa, China is now the continent's largest trading partner. It is investing heavily in infrastructure and natural resources. In Southeast Asia, China is using its economic clout to assert its territorial claims in the South China Sea. China's rise presents both opportunities and challenges for the world. On the one hand, China's economic growth has lifted millions out of poverty. It has also created new markets for goods and services from around the world. On the other hand, China's authoritarian government and its aggressive foreign policy are causing concern in many quarters. While China has been expanding its influence, the United States has been withdrawing from the world stage. This retreat began during the Trump administration. It has continued, albeit more subtly, under President Biden. There are a number of reasons for this shift. One reason is domestic political polarization. The United States is deeply divided. This makes it difficult to build consensus on foreign policy issues. Another reason is economic insecurity. The United States is facing rising inequality and a shrinking middle class. This has led to a sense that the United States can no longer afford to be the world's policeman. Perhaps the most important reason for the US retreat is the perception that the global system no longer serves American interests. Many Americans believe that the United States has spent too much blood and treasure on foreign wars. They argue that other countries like China have benefited from the US-led order without paying their fair share. The US retreat has had a number of consequences. It has created a vacuum that China has been quick to fill. It has also emboldened authoritarian regimes around the world. They see the US withdrawal as a sign of weakness. The US retreat has also damaged America's reputation. Allies are questioning America's reliability. Adversaries are testing America's resolve. The future of the international order is uncertain. What is clear is that we are entering a new era. The United States remains the world's most powerful country, but its power is waning. China is challenging the United States in every domain. The rivalry between these two countries will shape the 21st century. The outcome of this competition is far from preordained. China faces significant challenges. It has a rapidly aging population. It has a debt-ridden economy. It also has a repressive political system that could eventually stifle innovation. The United States, despite its problems, still has many advantages. It has a strong military. It has a dynamic economy. It also has a network of allies that China lacks. The United States needs to reassess its global strategy. It can no longer afford to be the world's policeman. It needs to focus on its core interests. It needs to rebuild its economy. And it needs to work with its allies to counter China's growing influence. The future of the world may depend on it.